So you're a dog owner in Hialeah, and you know life here has its own special energy. We put this guide together to help you find the perfect trainer so your dog can be happy and confident right here in our city.
You know what it's like living in Hialeah? You're dealing with everything from busy shopping areas to apartment living with neighbors right next door. Having a well-behaved dog just makes all of that so much less stressful and way more fun for you both. All right, here's a quick look at what we're going to cover. We'll start with what makes Hialeah unique, then get into training methods, what to look for in a pro, the local rules, and finish out with the questions you absolutely need to ask before you hire anyone. First up, let's talk about what daily life with your dog really looks like here. Understanding our local environment is the first step to figuring out your training goals. Just think about your average walk, right? You're navigating busy sidewalks, lots of people, and all that city noise. And at home, especially if you're in an apartment, you've got visitors and neighbors to think about. This is exactly why good training is about so much more than just sit and stay. It's about building a calm, confident dog who can handle these everyday situations. Okay, so we've set the scene. Now let's get into what modern dog training is all about. We're going to look at the ideas that really work and help you build an amazing bond with your dog.
At the heart of most good modern training is something called positive reinforcement. You'll hear this term a lot. All it means is that instead of punishing your dog for getting it wrong, you reward them for getting it right. This makes your dog actually want to learn and work with you, which is how you get results that really last.
So, what's the best setup for you? Well, group classes are great for practicing good manners around other dogs and people, but your dog probably needs some basic focus to get the most out of them. On the other hand, private sessions are tailor-made for problems that happen right at home or on your block, like barking when the doorbell rings or pulling on the leash. And hey, there are a few other options you might hear about. Board and train programs are intense and can get fast results. Day training is a nice middle ground where the professional does some of the work, then teaches you how to keep it going. And for tougher issues like fearfulness or separation anxiety, you'll want to find a trainer who specializes in behavior modification. All right, let's move on to the really practical part. How to actually choose your trainer, from checking their qualifications to understanding the costs.
I know, this looks like a bunch of alphabet soup, but these letters are actually pretty important. They mean that a trainer has studied, passed some tough exams, and is serious about keeping their skills sharp. It's kind of like checking a mechanic's certifications. It's a sign that they really know their stuff.
Okay, let's talk about what this will cost. This chart gives you a pretty good idea of the typical prices for training here in Hialeah and the wider Miami-Dade area for 2025. You can see that a group class for a few weeks might be a couple $100, while a full board and train program is a much bigger financial commitment.
Just to make that a little more concrete, a single one-on-one session with a trainer at your home is usually going to run somewhere between $125 and $225. It's a great way to get personalized help right where the problems are happening.
Now for the stuff that's specific to us here in Hialeah. We're going to cover the local rules every dog owner needs to know, plus some awesome spots around town to go practice. Here's your quick checklist for being a responsible owner in town. Number 1, your dog has to be on a leash, 6 feet or shorter, pretty much everywhere in public. Number 2, state law says your dog needs a current rabies shot. And number 3, Miami-Dade County requires a license for all dogs over 4 months old. They're simple rules, and good training makes them a breeze to follow.
So once you've learned some new skills, where can you go to practice? A place like Amelia Earhart Park's dog park is perfect for working on recall in a safe, fenced area. If you need to practice walking nicely on a leash with some distractions, a more open spot like Flamingo Park is a fantastic choice. Using these local parks helps make all that training stick.
Okay, for our last section, we're going to get you totally prepared to talk to a trainer. These are the essential questions you should ask so you can feel confident you're making the right choice.
These questions really get to the core of a trainer's approach. You're listening for answers that talk about positive methods and how they'll create a plan just for your dog and your life here. And definitely ask how they track progress. A good trainer will have clear goals and can tell you how you'll get there together.
And then, of course, you have the practical questions. You need to know exactly what they recommend, the total cost, and what their policies are. That last question is so important. Asking what you need to be practicing shows that you're a team, and that's how you get real, lasting success. At the end of the day, finding the right trainer is really an investment in your life together. A well-behaved dog means you can have friends over without worrying, you can enjoy a nice walk through the neighborhood, and you can really take advantage of everything Hialeah has to offer. We wish you and your pup the very best on your training adventure.